No longer can the fact be disputed. Large objects will continuously fall from the sky, the planet will continue to warm, and solar flares will continue to occur. Scientists are unable to predict whether it will happen today or tomorrow. But sooner rather than later, humanity will undoubtedly encounter a disaster that will change the course of human history. Is humanity ready to survive if our planet is struck by a powerful solar flare or meteor? Do we as humans recognize we have expedited the climate change this planet is experiencing? Are we about to witness the human extinction? Many influential people claim that the Earth is undergoing a natural transformation and that solar flares can't possibly be so awful, or that the atmosphere will lessen the possibilities of a hit by falling objects. The leaders of nations and our own legislature waste precious time debating pointless issues while the rest of humanity suffers helplessly day after day in imposed degradation. In any case, humanity doesn't have much time. But our authorities continue to divert our attention from the possibility that a massive disaster of biblical proportions could occur at any time. Given that we already have over 23,000 nuclear missiles pointed at every other country, it is encouraging to know that, should a deadly asteroid or meteor strike our planet, mankind may be able to find a common ground and band together to resolve any crises that negatively affects humanity. This is just one turning moment in the evolution of life as we know it. Only recently has the scientific community issued a warning about the severity of solar flares and the hazards they pose. Earth has been known to experience solar flares frequently. The earliest recorded example of the potential damage a solar flare could cause to the world was the Carrington incident, a solar storm in 1859. It was one of the biggest geomagnetic storms ever recorded that struck Earth. Studies have revealed that if a solar flare of this size were to strike the world today, society as we know it would cease to exist. A solar flare of a comparable size narrowly missed the globe in 2012, which was also very recently. However, the authorities continue to ignore the reality that we might not survive much longer. Ill-prepared, to put it mildly. The scale of a huge solar flare is too great for current power infrastructures to handle. All transformers would literally be fried, and it would only take one solar flare similar to the Carrington incident to completely halt our entire civilization. Panic would soon engulf the entire planet. The United States doesn't really have a backup plan or transformers ready to replace those that would be destroyed when a solar flare hits, which only makes the situation worse. In addition to other facts, the United States hasn't manufactured transformers or pretty much anything else since the early 1970s. The majority of consumer goods in the United States have been imported since the middle of the 1970s. The transformers we currently use are considered outdated and more likely to malfunction in the event of even a weak solar flare. Our nation is extremely vulnerable to having all of our power grids shut down, putting our civilization completely in the dark because it takes over a year until a new one is imported to the U.S. Today, our way of life would end without electricity. Very little has been done to protect our power grid up to this point. As our Congress bickers over the petty amount of money needed to protect our energy grids, compared to the staggering cost of the aftermath, it really is a no-brainer to shore up our energy infrastructure, restore our capabilities in the manufacture of transformers, and develop a nationwide green energy transfer system. Today's technology allows us to do this and potentially make every home in the nation energy independent. It is feasible and not impossible to make our energy grids resistant to solar flares of any intensity. Greed, selfishness, and apathy are the driving forces behind the current policies that have come out of Washington and continue to do so. Nothing makes this more clear than what we see happening right now when so much can and should be done to safeguard our human existence and is not done. Earth has lost around 20 breeds of animal life since the middle of the 1980s. The rates of extinction are extraordinary. Is humanity next? I'm unsure.